Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing very well. This is me, Reshma Ravindran, and today we're going to look into a very important topic, and that's absolutely necessary for all students coming to Canada. But before I go into the video, please do subscribe to my channel because that is what motivates me to make more videos. So, obviously, you would have seen the title. I'm going to be sharing about the usual scams that you might come across while coming to Canada. Today's video is going to be more like a chat with you guys because, hey, I really care about you. So, I'm going to talk about some things that you might overlook while coming to Canada. So, starting off with, finding a consultancy. I know, before you even decide your course, most of us, what we do is we just go to a random consultancy and we're like, I just want to go to Canada and I'm open to doing any course in any college. See, that's not how we should be. Probably because the consultancy is just going to, give you the options that would benefit them, or probably pushing a college that would pay them well. So that is the reason why it is absolutely important for you to do your own research before you even go to a consultancy. It is your responsibility to go and look for the right college, the right course, and everything on your plate should be decided by you. Do not give the power to your consultancy because that is a very huge mistake a lot of people are making. So do not do that. So once you've decided on the college, always have like different backups. So if you have decided on one particular college, always have different backups so that if you don't get into one, you always have another backup. So once you've decided on the college, the course, then you go to the consultancy and tell them that. But if you do not want to approach a consultancy, that's a different story. That's completely up to you. I'm telling about the vast majority who usually go to the consultancy because the process and everything is much more easier when you have an expert. That's what we think. So that's why we go to a consultancy. So when you go to a consultancy, do your research, find out the consultancies, talk to a lot of people, your friends, the people who you actually trust, who give you good opinion about a consultancy, or maybe they could refer an actual person who was in charge of their transition to Canada and everything. So just find out the right person and then go to the consultancy or however you want to deal with it. Always make sure that you have the entire power and they are just guiding you with the process. They are just going to tell you, these are the things these are the documents as required. This is the fees this is how you will be paying the fees and everything. I know a lot of consultancies who actually don't give the IRCC's password, which is like ridiculous because you are basically the student and you should have the power over your IRCC account, how you are submitting everything. They are just there to guide you. So make sure that you follow that, because I know recently there was an issue. I don't know how many months back, but there was a college which just took in more than like 4,000 students or something when its capacity was like very less, even below 500. That is what their capacity was. But they took so many students and so many students were not able to enroll themselves in college, and they were asked to take like unannounced breaks. It kind of messed up with their entire visa status and everything. Also, there are some consultancies which actually tell you, if you do study in this course, you will get a PR, or only if you do this course, you will be able to secure a job. Only if you study in this college, you will be able to secure a job. All this is absolute bullshit because literally no one can give you any guarantee of you finding a job. The reason why I'm telling this is because I know a lot of people who text me personally and they talk to me about, hey, you know what, I'm going to do project management course just like you. Do you think that there are a lot of prospects in terms of jobs? Of course there are a lot of prospects, but how do you get it? You cannot I cannot go and tell them, yeah, you know what, I studied in this college, so why don't you give me a job? No one's going to give you that. No one in this entire country is going to take you without you interviewing and giving them an actual reason to recruit you. So you need to develop that skills no matter what. And in this case, it does not matter where you study or what you study. It only matters what are the skills that you're developing. And like how, like, just think about it this way: how are you finding a job in your home country? Just because you studied in a particular college, no one's going to give you a job. Everyone's going to interview you. If you have the right skills, they're going to take you. And that's exactly how things work in Canada as well. It's not that easy to just like that find a job. It takes a lot of time. But there are so many things, so many aspects. You need to develop so many skills. So all these are the aspects that will decide whether you'll get a job or not. And now you can tell me, who can actually tell you whether you will find a job or not? Absolutely no one on this planet can assure you anything. Please keep that in mind and do not fall prey for such fraudulent things that is happening around you. Now that you've gotten into the right course, the right college, and the right consultancy, the first very big step is done. The next part is, after coming to Canada, obviously you are going to do a lot of things that includes getting a SIN number or maybe creating a bank account, so many other things which I've already spoken about in my videos. The very first thing is, your SIN number is the most confidential document that you're going to have here. Do not share it with anyone unless it is a trusted agency. For instance, it could be your bank or maybe it could be your employer, but that's it. No one else should know your SIN number. So I remember in the very first week of coming here to Canada, I started receiving calls like there was an illegal activity on your SIN number. All this was auto-recorded voice. So to talk to the immigration officer or to talk to the officer, press 1 or press 2. So these calls are like so common. I don't know how they know that you're a student, and I have no idea how they get your number. It is so annoying because you get these calls like every day, literally every day. And you believe me or not, there are students who fall prey for this, and that is the reason why I'm bringing this up to you. No one will ever give you a call and ask for your SIN number and say there was an illegal activity. And imagine, I hadn't even started working then, so I don't know what illegal activity was there. So obviously it's a very big scam. Do not press anything, just cut the call, try to block it. Probably after a few days these calls will stop automatically. And that's how it happened to me as well. It happened to so many of them because somehow they know that we are students and we are the most vulnerable people at that point. So make sure that you do not fall prey for this. Do not give your SIN number to anyone and do not encourage such calls. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is finding houses. Obviously, when you start looking for accommodation, probably some people start looking for accommodation even back in India. I've also mentioned this in my videos. This is also another scam. Like, you cannot just go ahead, find something on Kijiji or a different app and just go ahead and make the payment, because I know some people who actually have made the payment and they've been scammed. So basically it's important for you to check the property before you make the payment, or you can have someone who is a trustable source who can go and check the property for you, and then you can make the payment. So make sure that you do not make any upfront payment without checking out the actual place, because sometimes you just see beautiful pictures. They could not even be the picture of the original accommodation. So make sure that you check out the place, or any trustable person checks out the place, and then make the payment. So there are some messages that start coming to you once you start applying for jobs, and they do not come to your email, they directly come to your phone number. as normal text. So usually these messages, you notice, they would actually have grammatical mistakes. So that is something that you can look for. Or sometimes it could not have any grammatical errors, but the links that they suggest or provide in that particular message looks very fishy, because it could not look like it is coming from a direct company. They suggest they are from so and so, like they even give names of a very famous company, and the link that they provide would not be in any way related to that company. So like, please do look out for that. Do not like click on the link, or like make sure you don't fall into any of these traps. And other messages that I get is that from my bank, I get like random messages like your BMO account, so there's an unusual activity on your BMO account, and our immediate thing would be, oh my god, what happened? And then we realize, wait, I don't even have an account in BMO. And that's how a lot of things work. So these messages just keep coming, and one thing that I would say is, do not click on any of these links that come to you. Just delete it right away, and you might get calls from random automated voice messages or something. Make sure you do not fall prey for any of this. I know it's so difficult, because I'm still a student here, and it's obviously tough that we are going through so many things here, and on top of this, getting into the scam is the last thing we want. So that is the reason why I wanted to make sure that I am able to tell you guys most of the things that I am facing here every day. So another thing that I really wanted to share with you guys is that so when you are probably looking for apartment as a group, it's pretty good, because you're actually going to go with your friends or someone who you really trust. And if you are not going to apartments as a group, if you're just going to find an apartment with absolutely new people you haven't like met in your entire life, you're just going to go there and rent a room or maybe share a space with someone, in that case, make sure that you know what the actual rent is. Take a look at the lease agreement and make sure you actually understand what the rent is, so that you pay the right amount. Because most of the time what happens is a person is the lease owner, they give you the wrong number in terms of what the rent is. So sometimes it could be ridiculous and it could be expensive, but make sure you understand what the rent is and whether whatever they are charging you is reasonable or not. So keep that in mind before paying anyone the rent amount, because that's very, very important. So that's it from me today, guys. I think I've almost covered all the points that I really thought I wanted to share. But if any of you who's watching this video is already in Canada, if you've gone through any such experiences in terms of scams, you can leave it down in the comment section so we can actually discuss it, and probably anyone who's coming to Canada would know that something like this is happening and they need to be aware of it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much, guys. Bye.